Record Store Day 2023, all done. And I think it was a great success. I probably one of the best record store days. And I'm the guy that went in and said, God, really, there's really nothing here I want. I'm not finding anything. And it's just not what it used to be. And I was wrong. I did find stuff. I did dig into it. I had a video on what my picks were. And I think what made this a success, though, in all honesty, seriousness, is Taylor Swift. And I mean that because she brought out new people. 75,000 albums were sold. And I bet every one of them sold out by people that really wanted to be there, wanted to come and get that. And the only way anything survives is you have to have new people come. You have to find a way to attract new people. And Taylor Swift did that. There's all kinds of them, all kinds of Swifties there. And that's great because you know what? They buy that album. They may buy another Taylor Swift album, but then they'll expand into other things. And that's how we grow. Because a lot of record collectors, or my age or older, we're not going to be around. So I found that to be really successful. Biggest lines I've seen. I went to Detroit, hit a few stores. We were out doing something else, so I had to kind of go, hey, I need to go. And then when I came back, my local store still had some of the stuff I wanted. And this was Sunday. So, but he sold more than he's ever sold. And he had the least amount he's ever had left over. So I was really happy for him. It was such a successful day. And I'm pretty sure that happened around the world. So really, really good. And Cats has to be. He's been sleeping all day. No, you don't need to sniff me, man. Come on. Just settle in. So, great record store day. I want to show you what I got really quick. I've listened to side one of every one of them. First side. Haven't listened to side two. I will go more in depth into these albums in upcoming early morning Sunday shows, but as of right now, no. I can't hold. He's hiding my cool Buddy Guy t-shirt. Son of a gun. All right. So let's get into this because this became a lot more difficult. I had this all really easy until you get a cat in your lap. So we'll begin here. We have Woman is Sweet, and it is by Galt McDermott. Very nice. This is from the, I think, early 70s. This is the man who who did hair. So his hair royalties bought Galt McDermott the ability to create on his own terms, to work with musicians he respected and who respected him. And they recorded his composition for issue on his own Killamark Records. And so it is a very funky album. Now, there's some great beats on here. It's been sampled a lot, this album. Is everything, there's some singing that I thought was kind of stupid or whatever, but this was nicely packaged. There was great stuff in here. I think the vinyl's only black. There's that label we talked about. But look at this. And this is, you know what? Record store day is about being special, right? Oh, for God's sakes. And this came with a book, which is really nice. And it really goes through Galt McDermott, who he was. The album, I said side one, was very enjoyable. There's one song where they're kind of singing where I thought, no, it's a little boring. But overall, very interesting beats. Some funky licks going on. Very enjoyable for those that, like a white guy being funky. How about that? Okay, the guy who made hair, he's being funky. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, next one. This is one of my big wants, Marble Frog. And I was able to get that. Look at, isn't that neat? Makes you want to take those pencils that we got with the Brian Jonestown Massacre and come over here and do this one next. So a psych rock group here from the late 70s. They only did one album. out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, if I remember right. Neat little vinyl. And it's basically covers. I think they might have one or two of their own, but you know, I'm So Glad, Born to Be Wild. I feel a whole lot better. Strange Brew, Season of the Witch, Fire. This is a fun album. If you see it out there, I mean, it wasn't like billions of them made, but it's good psych rock. With just taking these covers, these popular covers, and doing their own thing with them. Some of them, they really try to follow it. Others, you know, they go off a little bit. Really fun. Marble Frog, super happy that one. I found that. Then, this was big on my list too, and it's Flash and the Dynamics. And this, he only did one album. I think this was in '71, and it said, George Flash Espinado from Puerto Rico put together his own band of other Puerto Ricans in New York. And this is very funky. It makes you want to get up. It makes you want to dance. Cool vinyl. I couldn't be happier with this one. Both that Marble Frog and this one here, Flash and the Dynamics, well worth it. Just super enjoyable. These are albums I will listen to a lot and just keep playing them. And here, I mean, they bring in psyche wah-wah guitars are going on while there's a Latin beat happening. So interesting. Really great album. Very happy to have it. And again, on a Sunday morning show, I will re-show these and I will play samples. You can get a listen to it. This one I did not expect to get because it was regional and there was very few of them, but Wild Carnation. And this was an album put out by a group. Actually, it's a lot. There's a few live songs. Just took some singles. So I'm not sure. And maybe they had an EP. They put it all together. But it was in '92. And beautiful. This is really nice. This is just some great pop music on white vinyl. There is a little sheet here. And so this, actually it says, no, it's 1997 it was put out. A blistering live set recorded in Hamburg in '97. But there's then other things too, like singles and that. And Wild Carnation, the name of it is Tricycle. It's full of jangle guitars. So if you like that jangly guitar, if you like that type of pop, when you think there's tinges of the Velvet Underground in there. There's parts Television, and there's absolutely some Birds in here. And it's just the vocals are great, and it's just some great pop rock. Really neat to get this thing. I did not expect to find this whatsoever because I have no idea what region it was at, but maybe, you know, looking at Discogs, not a lot of people cared. all the albums I have here, except for one, are pretty cheap on Discogs, so the flippers aren't getting anything for it. But the one that does go for a lot on Discogs now is this one here, and that's Joe Strummer. And the Mindbender. No. Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros. What am I saying? Street Core. Another one I really wanted. Mike, PC13 Vinyl Policeman, did a very nice. He said it's very much like London Calling and The Clash. I will have to say there is a lot of, over his other albums that he did solo, this is probably the closest you're going to get to him actually sounding like The Clash, if that's what you want, which who doesn't like that? Really great album. I've never had heard this, never had it in CD or anything, so to see it out there and to get it, extremely excited, well worth it. Then we went to, remember, I wasn't going to buy much. I wasn't going to buy much of anything, so I didn't do too well. Wild Kids, Rich Kids, Wild Kids, oh my God, Rich Kids. And it's Ghosts of the Princess in Towers. Rich Kids was, let's see, show you the vinyl here. Powerful. And inner sleeve. So Rich Kids was not really, you know what, they came during punk, I believe in 78 they did this, but I didn't really find them super punky. It's Glenn Matlock from the Six Pistols, and then Midge, you know, that guy. And along with a couple others, they did this album. And it is just more, to me, there's some punk elements in it, but it's much more rock oriented. I don't think it ever did really well. You can find a couple of the songs on compilations here and there, but you know, for a person that loves 70s punk, it was a cool album to get and to be able to listen to. So very nice. 2 more to go. This was well, no, we'll do this one first. Miles Davis, again, big one. Oh, for God's sakes. Dude, what are we doing? So, just from on the corner, everyone's seen it, everyone's been talking about it, everyone's shown it maybe. But I love Miles Davis. I had the box set of all these, so it was just nice to get it in vinyl. Very nice. Beautiful colors. Well done. Always like when they have notes instead of just a stupid white sleeve. So really, really happy to get that one. And the final one, and I got a real mess that's happening down here. Maximilian. This was not expected. My local store at Radio Wasteland, he had 3 of them. He goes, I don't even know why I ordered them. But there they were. And I says, well, pull up a sample. And the first sample we pull up was absolutely horrendous. I go, there is no way. I'd never play that sample. She'll never sell it. And then he did the next one, and it was so good. This was an African-American group in 1969 they did this. And it is psyche freak out fun. Oh my God. And yes, we have the crucifixion going on flower crosses. There's a little bit of death in here, you know, from the group Death. But this, the first song and the last song suck. But the stuff in between, it is so darn much fun. This really was a big surprise. Didn't expect it. And it's going, I saw it super cheap on Discogs. I mean, super cheap. Well, I mean, there's going for as low as $18. So something to look at, well worth it. This is great, good fun. So that's it. That's what I got for Record Store Day. It went really good. The mailman's coming and the mailman's going. I have no new records today. It's very sad. It's a sad day in the Carlson household, I guess. So thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a great week. Bye.